Hi, my name's Steven D'Onofrio. I'm here at my studio in Philadelphia, and I'm going to be talking about my upcoming show, Green Thumb, with Galleri Urbane. My wife actually suggested the title Green Thumb to me, and after considering it, I found it really suitable for this body of work. The idiom green thumb feels present in all these new pieces. There's flora that is sprouting and growing, lush tapestries of flowering vines and leaves throughout all these new compositions. I also really like the idea of green thumb in relation to my own growth as an artist and maker and kind of how I've been cultivating that practice throughout the years. Lastly, there's the understanding of the idiom green thumb in relation to gardening and growing, but most days I'd come home from work with green paint covering my fingers and thumbs. So in the end, it kind of felt like the perfect title for this show. These ideas serve a role of inspiration to me when I'm working on a new design or painting. I like to think about how they relate to one another and how they've influenced one another throughout time. It's that relationship between each one that I kind of focus on and take with me to the studio as I start to work and design new paintings. I think about the nuanced difference between pattern and just repetition when designing my paintings. I like for them to feel like a pattern, but not quite technically be a pattern. I think it's rewarding for a viewer to kind of have that initial read of it being a pattern, and then as they spend more time with it, that starts to fall apart and dissolve, and you can notice these different unique moments within the shapes and the forms, and it's a more enjoyable read than that first initial one. For me, my visual language always seems to be in flux, but I think the editing process is somewhat intuitive. It just has to do with making the work, living with it, bringing it into your space, and kind of feeling what works and what doesn't. Kind of after a while, things would get stale or things start to feel bright, and you edit as you go. To some degree, I think subconsciously there has to be an influence from going to galleries and looking at history books, or even just the daily scroll through my algorithm that has an impact on that edit. But overall, it's kind of an intuitive gut feeling when you're just living with the work and kind of editing in and out.